Hello, and welcome back to Espresso English, the podcast that gives you a strong shot of English learning to boost your fluency. I'm your host, David.
And I'm your co-host, Emma. It's wonderful to be with you all today.
Today, we are going to talk about something that sounds like it's from a science fiction movie. We're going to talk about your brain. More specifically, we're going to talk about how you can physically change your brain to learn English faster and more effectively.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Change my brain? Are you serious, David? That sounds a little scary and maybe impossible. I thought you were born with the brain you have and that's it.
That's what scientists used to believe. But over the last few decades, they've made an incredible discovery. They've learned that our brains are not like stone, fixed and unchangeable. Instead, our brains are more like plastic, or maybe like a muscle. They can change, adapt, and grow throughout our entire lives. And this amazing ability has a scientific name: neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity? That's a big word.
It is, but the idea is simple. Imagine a new path in a dense forest. The first time you walk on it, it's difficult. You have to push through leaves and branches. But if you walk that same path every single day, what happens?
The path becomes clearer, wider, and easier to walk on. Eventually, it becomes a permanent trail.
Exactly. Your brain works in the same way. Every time you learn a new English word or practice a grammar rule, you create a tiny path between your brain cells, or neurons. The more you practice, the stronger and faster that path becomes. So today's episode is all about this idea: how to rewire your brain for English fluency. We are going to give you 6 powerful brain-based strategies to build strong, super-fast English pathways in your mind.
Okay, I'm no longer scared. I'm excited. I'm ready to become a brain architect.
That's the spirit. Let's get started. Our first strategy is the most powerful way to tell your brain, hey, English is important. We need to adapt to this. The strategy is to create an English bubble through immersion.
Immersion means being completely surrounded by something, right? Like being in a swimming pool.
A perfect analogy. Your brain is a survival machine. It constantly scans the environment and decides what is important. If 99% of your day is in your native language, your brain thinks, okay, English is a small, occasional task. But if you surround yourself with English, your brain gets a different message. It thinks, wow, English is everywhere. This is crucial for navigating my world. I need to build pathways for this language, and I need to do it fast.
So, we need to trick our brain into thinking we live in an English-speaking country, even if we don't. How can we do that?
You create a bubble. You don't have to move to London or New York. You can build this bubble right where you are. Here are some simple, practical ways to do it. Change your digital world. This is the easiest first step. Change the language on your phone, your computer, your social media apps, and your email to English. You'll learn hundreds of useful words like settings, compose, share, and request without even trying. Create an English soundtrack. Let English be the background music of your life. When you're cooking, cleaning, or driving, Play English language podcasts, audiobooks, or music. Even if you aren't listening carefully, your brain is absorbing the rhythms, sounds, and patterns of the language. This is called passive listening. Label your world. Get some sticky notes and a pen. Walk around your house and label everything in English: the refrigerator, the mirror, the window, the sofa. Every day, you will see these words dozens of times, creating a strong visual link in your brain.
I love these ideas. You're basically making English unavoidable. Your brain has no choice but to pay attention.
Exactly. You are shaping your environment, and in return, your environment will shape your brain. Our second strategy targets one of the biggest things that slows learners down. The strategy is think directly in English and cut out the mental translator.
You mean that little voice in my head that translates everything from my native language into English before I speak?
That's the one. When you're a beginner, this is a natural process. You have a thought in your native language, you translate it word for word, and then you speak it in English. This creates a very long, slow neural pathway. Your language to English to speech. Our goal is to create a direct, super fast pathway. Thought to speech.
That sounds like real fluency, but it also sounds really difficult. How do you just start thinking in a different language?
You start small. You don't have to think about complex philosophy. Start with very simple, everyday thoughts. Narrate your life is a simple but incredibly effective technique. As you go about your day, describe what you are doing either in your head or quietly out loud. For example, it is morning. I am getting out of bed. I am walking to the kitchen. I feel hungry. I am going to make some coffee.
Use an English to English dictionary. When you find a new word, don't look up the translation in your native language. Use an English dictionary for learners, like the Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary or the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. This keeps you inside your English bubble and forces you to understand the new word using other English words you already know. Make small decisions in English. When you're deciding what to have for lunch, think about it in English. Should I have a salad or a sandwich? The salad is healthy, but the sandwich sounds more delicious.
So the goal is to create moments in the day where English is the only language in your head. Yes, at first it will feel slow and strange, but remember the forest path. The more you use this direct, thinking in English path, the stronger it will become. Eventually, it will feel just as natural as thinking in your first language. Before we move on to our next brain rewiring strategy, let's stop for our vocabulary corner.
I'm ready. What's our first word, David?
Our first phrase is a verb, to rewire. R-E-W-I-R-E. To rewire. Literally, this means to replace the electrical wires in a building or a machine. But here, we use it as a metaphor. It means to change the way something works, especially the brain. For example, through consistent practice, you can rewire your brain to think in English.
Very cool. Our next word is the big one from the beginning, neuroplasticity. 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 It's the ability of the brain to form and reorganize its connections, especially in response to learning or experience. A simple way to say it is Neuroplasticity is the brain's amazing ability to change and learn new things.
Perfect. Our third word is immersion. I-M-M-E-R-S-I-O-N. Immersion. This is the action of surrounding yourself completely with something. For example, language immersion is one of the fastest ways to become fluent.
A great word. Next, we have to consolidate. C-O-N-S-O-L-I-D-A-T-E. To consolidate. This verb means to combine several things into a single, more effective or coherent whole. In learning, it means to make knowledge stronger and more permanent in your memory. For example, sleep is essential because it helps your brain consolidate what you learned during the day.
Excellent. And our final word is recall. R-E-C-A-L-L. As a noun, recall is the action of remembering something that you have learned or experienced. For example, testing yourself is a great way to practice active recall and strengthen your memory.
Fantastic. We have to rewire, neuroplasticity, immersion, to consolidate, and recall. Let's get back to the strategies.
Welcome back. Our third strategy is a direct way to hack your brain's memory system to build strong, permanent pathways. It's called spaced repetition.
This sounds familiar. We mentioned it before on the podcast. It's about reviewing things at the right time, isn't it?
Exactly. Your brain is designed to forget information that it doesn't think is important. Scientists call this the forgetting curve. When you learn a new word, you will probably forget it within a day or two unless you review it. Spaced repetition is a system that interrupts this forgetting curve perfectly. It schedules reviews for you at increasing intervals of time.
So it shows you a word just when you are about to forget it.
Precisely. The system might show you a new word again after one day. If you remember it, it might wait 3 days, then a week, then 2 weeks, then a month. Each time you successfully recall the word, the neural pathway for that word gets stronger, and the system can wait longer before showing it to you again.
This sounds much more efficient than just reviewing a long list of words every day.
It's incredibly efficient. You spend your time on the information that you are weakest on. It is the perfect workout for your brain's memory. You don't need to create this system yourself. There are fantastic apps that do it all for you. They are called SRS for Spaced Repetition System. Anki is one of the most famous and powerful ones. It's very customizable. Memrise is another popular app that uses spaced repetition with fun videos and mnemonics. Many other language apps like Duolingo also have this system built in. Using an SRS for 10 to 15 minutes every day is like sending a team of workers to that forest path we talked about, making it stronger and more permanent every single time. I'm going to group our next two strategies together because they both work to make your learning deeper and more memorable. They are active recall and getting emotional.
Okay, active recall. That was one of our vocabulary words. It means trying to remember something, right?
Yes, but it's more specific than that. Most students study passively. They reread their notes. They re-watch a video. They highlight a textbook. This feels productive, but it's not very effective for building strong memories. Active recall, also called the testing effect, flips this around. It says that the most powerful way to strengthen a memory is to try to pull it out of your brain.
So, trying to remember is the actual learning process?
It is. The struggle to retrieve the information is what strengthens the neural pathway. It's like lifting a heavy weight for your brain. So, how can we practice this? Instead of just rereading a list of new vocabulary words, cover the definitions and test yourself. After you watch a short YouTube video in English, pause it and try to summarize the main points out loud without looking. Use flashcards. The act of looking at one side and trying to remember what's on the other is pure active recall.
That makes so much sense. The struggle is the workout. So what about the second part, getting emotional?
Your brain is hardwired to pay special attention to emotions. Think about your life. You probably don't remember what you ate for lunch 3 Tuesdays ago, but you probably remember a moment when you felt extremely happy or sad or surprised. Emotions act like a highlighter pen for your memory.
So we should try to connect emotions to our English learning?
Yes. Don't just learn a sterile list of words. Find ways to feel something. Learn vocabulary from the lyrics of a song that you love or that makes you feel emotional. Watch a dramatic scene from a movie. The emotion of the scene will help you remember the phrases and expressions used. When you learn a new word, try to connect it to a personal memory. If you learn the word delicious, don't just write the definition. Think about the most delicious meal you have ever eaten. Remember the smells, the tastes, the feeling. This emotional connection makes the word stick. We have arrived at our final strategy for rewiring your brain. And it's the easiest one of all. In fact, you don't even have to be awake to do it. The strategy is sleep on it.
You're telling me that sleeping is an English learning strategy? This is the best news ever.
It absolutely is. Learning doesn't stop when you close your textbook. Your brain is incredibly busy while you sleep. One of its most important jobs is memory consolidation. This is the process where your brain takes the fragile, short-term memories from the day and transfers them into stable, long-term storage. It's literally strengthening and organizing the neural pathways you created.
So if I study hard but I don't get enough sleep, I'm wasting some of my effort?
That is exactly right. Sleep deprivation can severely impact your ability to learn and remember new information. Quality sleep is not a luxury for a serious learner. It is a necessity. Here's a pro tip to maximize this effect. Do a very quick 5-minute review of the most important things you learned right before you go to sleep.
Why right before sleep?
Research suggests that your brain prioritizes consolidating the memories that were most recently activated. So by quickly reviewing your new vocabulary or a grammar rule just before bed, you are essentially giving your brain a note that says, "Hey, this stuff is really important. Please work on this tonight." Okay, we've covered 6 powerful strategies, but how do we put them all together? Let's create a sample brain training workout plan for a week.
I love this idea. Let's do it. Daily habit. 10 to 15 minutes of spaced repetition with an app like Anki, and a 5-minute review before sleep. Monday, Immersion Monday. Listen to an English podcast on your commute. During lunch, watch a 15-minute video on a topic you love. After the video, practice active recall by writing a 3-sentence summary. Tuesday, Thinking Tuesday. For 30 minutes, narrate your evening routine, cooking, cleaning, in English. Use an English-to-English dictionary for any words you need. Wednesday, Watch It Wednesday. Practice getting emotional. Watch one episode of an English TV series. Write down 5 phrases that were used in an emotional, funny, sad, angry moment. Thursday, testing Thursday. Focus on active recall. Review your notes from the week, but instead of rereading, create simple questions for yourself and try to answer them. Friday, Fun Friday. Combine immersion and emotion. Do something you love, but in English. Play a video game, follow a recipe, or sing along to your favorite English songs.
What a fantastic plan! It combines all our principles. It's varied, it's active, and it's designed to build those brain pathways in the most effective way possible. As we finish up today, let's quickly recap the 6 ways you can become the architect of your own brain.
Let's do it. 1. Immersion. Create an English bubble to make the language essential for your brain. 2. Think in English. Build direct neural pathways by cutting out the mental translator. 3. Spaced repetition. Use technology to review information at the perfect time to make it stick. 4. Active recall. Strengthen memories by testing yourself and pulling information out of your brain. 5. Get emotional. Connect feelings and personal memories to new words and phrases. 6. Sleep on it. Use the power of sleep to consolidate your learning and make it permanent.
A perfect summary. As we head into the beautiful autumn season here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's a great time for new beginnings and new habits. Remember that fluency isn't a magical talent that some people have and others don't. It is the physical result of building and strengthening pathways in your brain.
And everyone has the power to do that. You just need the right techniques and consistent effort.
You are the architect of your brain. You can rewire it for English fluency. One day, one word, one thought at a time. That is all the time we have for today on Espresso English.
Thank you so much for joining us. Pick one of these strategies and give your brain a great workout this week.
Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and be kind to your amazing, powerful brain. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.